Hello YouTube, we're trying a different spot today because I think the audio problems were being too close to a computer because I found another video on YouTube of someone talking about electrical interference on this specific microphone and it sounded super similar, so I think that was the problem. Not the topic I want to talk about today, but I think it's fixed. We'll find out. I generally do these in one take, and I don't feel like redoing them usually, which is why the bad audio goes up. That's life. Today, I want to talk about something much more frustrating, and that is dealing with medical insurance in America, which is an utter and complete disaster. So I'm going to lay out a little story here. I go to an infusion center to get an infusion. So an infusion is any sort of intravenous drug. They give me a specific drug called intravenous immunoglobulin, IVIG. It's a common kind of treatment for the problem I had, which was extremely low platelets. I go and get this infusion. So presumably my insurance approved this treatment, right? Well, eventually they send me a bill and the insurance doesn't want to pay for anything at all, which is annoying. It's doubly annoying because I actually had two insurances at the time. I had both insurance through my parents, which is the one I was using, and insurance through Student Health. Student Health makes it pretty clear that they are always secondary to whatever your primary insurance is, and yeah, so I figured, well, we'll submit it to my parents' insurance, the primary, and that'll get worked out. And that's not what happened. Instead, they denied it, saying they weren't the secondary. We sent them proof of the second insurance and the statements on the policy for Student Health saying they act as a secondary, and they just continually sent back letter after letter saying we are the secondary, not the primary. So as of right now, I've spoken to Student Health, who sent a denial letter basically saying we never would have paid for this drug, which is a whole different problem. If they weren't going to pay for the drug, what, was I just going to die? Different problem entirely. They would never have paid for the drug. So they sent this letter to my parents' insurance, and now I'm sitting here waiting while an $18,000 bill, essentially $18,000 for just the drug, is being paid for by no one. Now, I don't know how many grad students you've met, but we generally don't make enough money to pay $18,000 out of pocket. So, yeah, I am incredibly frustrated with this whole predicament, partly because I'd like to move into my own apartment rather than living at home for the rest of my mortal existence, but I don't want to move into an apartment and suddenly increase how much I have to spend every month when I may end up having to pay for this very expensive medical bill, which is super frustrating. It's also very frustrating that insurance gets to pick and choose what they will and won't pay for based on the price. Currently, I take a different drug, a pill, for this same condition, and Student Health, which is my only insurance now, will not pay for it. Granted, my parents' insurance wouldn't pay for it either, and the reason they won't pay for it is because this drug costs, wait for it, $8,000 a month. You heard that right, $8,000 a month for this drug. That's insane. The only reason I'm able to take it is because the company that manufactures it has an assistance program where they will essentially give it to you for free. That's the only way I'm receiving this drug, is because they have a program giving it out for free. So if they ever stop that program, or if they remove me from that program, I really have no way of getting this drug. And the only alternative treatment is a different drug, which is also super expensive, or to have my spleen removed. And I don't know about you, but I'm vaguely attached to my spleen. Granted, it is trying to kill me almost all the time, but I'm still vaguely attached to it. So it's all just a complete nightmare system. If someone described this system to an alien, that alien would tell you it's a ridiculous system that could never work. But apparently, this is the system we're living in, an actual waking nightmare.